Express Entry is a relatively easy to use and convenient online system that has facilitated thousands of people coming to Canada as permanent residents. The system allows persons to take advantage of a myriad of immigration opportunities. Back in 2007, my wife and I submitted our profiles on Express Entry for consideration, and that same year we became permanent residents of this amazing country. In this video, we discuss the fundamental steps needed to use Express Entry as your pathway to Canadian permanent residency. Welcome to Kenny's Concepts, where the beauty of knowledge is our passion. The mission of this channel is to share useful insights and tips to help you on your personal and professional development journey with a specific focus on personal finance, career development, educational success, and opportunities through immigration. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If not, then I'm super happy that you could join us once again. Remember to hit that subscribe button and bell notification to stay connected and know as soon as a new video is out. Also, if you like this video, show us some love and give us a thumbs up. As hinted, Express Entry is not an immigration program itself, but an online system that is used to manage applications for permanent residency from skilled workers. The immigration programs which are covered by Express Entry are the Federal Skilled Worker Class, the Federal Skilled Trade Class, Canadian Experience Class, and some of the provincial nominee programs. Here are the 4 fundamental steps for Express Entry that you need to know. Step 1. Determining your eligibility. Of course, before you can successfully be considered for PR under a given immigration program, you must be eligible. Eligibility requirements will differ across the various programs, but will fundamentally be focused on skilled work experience, language ability, and education. Generally, for skilled work experience, you must have a minimum amount of work experience in a given role under Canada's National Occupational Classification, or NOC. Language ability must be demonstrated by achieving minimum Canadian language benchmark levels, or CLB levels, for the different language skills of reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Education is only a minimum requirement for the Federal Skilled Workers Program, and those eligible must have at least a secondary level education. Other notable nuances include needing to have a minimum amount of Canadian work experience for the Canadian Experience class, and having either a relevant job offer or certificate of qualification issued in Canada for the Federal Skilled Trades class. Also, to be considered a part of eligibility is having sufficient settlement funds and being admissible. Reasons you may not be considered admissible to Canada include security concerns, crime, medical concerns, and misrepresentation. Step number 2 is gather all required documents. In order to substantiate your profile and eventual application for permanent residency, relevant documents will be needed. These documents will largely be in line with the eligibility requirements discussed before. Required documents for your Express Entry profile include your passport or travel documents, language test results, educational assessment reports, and as applicable, provincial nomination and a Canadian job offer. Additional documents for the submission of your application for permanent residence include medical records, police certificates, and proof of settlement funds. Importantly, only the information from these relevant documents is needed for the submission of your Express Entry profile and not the upload of the actual documents. However, when submitting your application for permanent residency, all required documents must be uploaded. Step number 3 is submit your profile. Having gathered all the relevant documentation and information, it is now time to formally submit your Express Entry profile into the system. When all the required information has been entered and you've met the eligibility requirements, you'll be entered into a pool of candidates. Based on the information provided, your profile will be scored and ranked using a points-based system known as the Comprehensive Ranking System, or CRS. Finally, step number 4 is receive an invitation to apply for permanent residency and submit your application. Invitations to apply for permanent residency are done via rounds of invitations. These rounds are held frequently and include the number of invitations, the date and time of the round, and the score of the lowest ranked candidate that was invited, or the CRS cutoff score. The last round of invitations held prior to the filming of this video was October 2nd, 2019, and 3,900 invitations were issued with a CRS cutoff score of 464. This means that if your profile scored 464 points or higher, you would have received an invitation to apply for permanent residency. Having received an invitation, you will have 60 days to submit your application for permanent residence with all supporting documents, and your application will be processed within 6 months. Express entry was the exact path my wife and I took to becoming permanent residents. We knew that we would be eligible for the Federal Skilled Workers Program and gathered all our documents and submitted our profile. I was the primary applicant on our application, and at the time, based on my profile, I received 462 points. Soon after, we received an invitation to apply for permanent residence, and having submitted our application, it was approved in approximately 3 months. And now, Canada is home. In addition to express entry, there are so many pathways to becoming a permanent resident. I recently did a video on 5 different options to consider for immigrating to Canada. I'll link that up in the YouTube card above, and be sure to check it out. In the comment section below, let us know if express entry is an option that you're interested in exploring or have explored. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Until next time, stay blessed.